Hello everyone and welcome to the updated version on my making a busking showfile video. Um this is gonna be quite a long video. I'm not sure right now, but I'm making this video instead of a stream so I can easily put down some like timestamps so you guys can see if you're looking for a special thing I'm doing or yeah. So let me see with a completely blank new showfile. I'm gonna start from the completely beginning. And yeah. So let's just add some pictures. And then what you like marking up or wipe file. And then we'll patch like eight of them into the visualizer Mac or standard patch fix. I'm just patching some lights and I always have my spots tagged green and washes are red. Then maybe or brush and be beam, patch some beams. The beams are blue for me. Yeah, set that text for now. So if we now we can see the visualizer also. Yeah, that works. That works pretty good actually. Maybe we should just if I'll select the Mac Viper, just put them on. Yeah, 10. And then if take the aura, it's smaller for you can see. So and then we put the aura at 9 and maybe the beam at 8. Get them and maybe -4 also. Now we got them on the line. That so it's unfolding my Vipers, move them also. Yeah, seems pretty good. We can do the same with the armor. Unfold like that. And the beams. Perfect. Yeah, so some basic settings I always do is that I get a setup and if you go to Windows, I don't like when you're recording using stuff on these playbacks here. There's always a small like picture of how the key looks. I don't really like to have that, and if you want to have it removed, you go to the icon size and set it to auto no group slash snapshot. But I always under it there's something called color tags. I always set that to patch. So if you go to light point, you can see all of our lights have the same color here as they have in the patch. It's really useful and easy. And I always start with making groups. So, for example, if I have some on the floor and some lights hanging of the same type of light, I usually go to heads. I must select some heads, and I usually do like a left right. So we can do that now. You all have them in the air. Hold that left and hold shift to select multiple heads, and call that right and do an odd even. It's pretty useful in my opinion. I use it a lot, quite a lot. Uh, Benches and good flash stuff. Yeah, now we got those groups made. if we need to make any more groups. And I usually do the same with the aura, so we can. And I usually do the same type of groups with every type of fixtures, or how so it's easy to program when you have this. Some you like have my English is not good right now, but like if you have not that much of time to program stuff, it's easy. It's really good to make these groups because it's a lot faster to make different queues. Just can select your lights like this, and we can use beams like that. Even and even like that. Now we made some groups. Yes, maybe we should just go for something generic dimmers. Patch for them called blinders. I usually name some. I've started to actually name stuff in the patch. Like in the patch, we can call these beams wash. Well, you don't have to do that if you want, but it's quite. I usually name my dimmers because they can be like if you have front lighted or dimmer control and blinders. And now we got some blinders also. Yeah, that works. If they get used to it. Special stage design. Okay, so yeah, we can make some groups. The blinders. I do the same type of group for my blinders also. I like to have like a left right because you can use cool effects with that, and odd even is also a good one to blinders, in my opinion. Okay. And now we have made all set. Gonna make some other groups, so we're gonna select all of these and call them. I call it movers because it's all my moving lights. And then every light that has color mixing I also do because the beams have a color wheel. So I usually call them, we call it all mix. Yeah. And if I have, we say, yeah, we need an intensity also. So I'm gonna select all of them. Yep. Oh, and we can call it in for now. So you have a few groups that you, I usually use this group for my speedmasters. Okay, so now when we've made that, I usually go and make intensity faders for all my lights. So with intensiful on my spots, and I have the same layout on my faders, but wash beams there. And here's the thing, if you like on a compact console, you only have 10 faders or you PC wing. I have a PC wing and the extra wing set. In total, I have was it like 22 faders and 12 like layback buttons on the in total. So I spread my intensity faders like this, but you don't have to. This is how I make my show file and to inspire you guys to make yours, or you can use. I'm gonna try and get this released somewhere. I don't know where yet, so you can download it if you want. But now we have made intensity masters. Let's call this spot here, and then call it. And the reason I am separating these faders is that I'm a quite cool thing on or I build. Yeah, so then we need to go to the settings, advanced. I always set all of my pretty much all of my faders to above programmer. So like that. So now if you look at our we bring it up, we got our intensity. That's we got there. Yeah. So now we're gonna select the okay. Bring up the intensity on the Mac Viper. Then I usually start with position, taking the wheel or the pan and just roll if you want. Oh wait, not the pan, the tilt I mean. Let me just set the center quick. Redo that. The tilt I mean. So if you go to tilt, get it to point directly out to the public. It's easier if you could side. Pretty much I found that 92 is a pretty good grayed out. And then I record that as a grayed out position, I call it. Grayed out. Yeah. So on pretty much this whole row, I'm gonna have spot positions, post positions, and beam positions. And if I have the another type of moving lighter. But yeah, we've made them straight out. You can bring down the intensity of it. And we're gonna do the same with the art. So 92, straight out, like that. Roll. Then with the beam, do something. It's not, I do this sometimes with the beams, but not every time. But I like to have this function doing right now. Show you. So yeah, now when we've done that, let's take the Mac Viper, select the I forgot which order it is, but I think it's straight out. We're gonna record it, take this playback, and I'm gonna take the center position and record it to that playback. And we're gonna call it oh field. Oh, oh field. Now with spot field, we're gonna click 3 times to get to the settings. Gonna set it above programmer. We're gonna go to fader. Fader release stack. We're gonna hit no release stack. And instead of fader controls HTTP channels, we're gonna set it to no, and fader controls LTP channel. We're gonna select that to yes. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if we now bring the intensity up on these spots, as you can see, the visualizer, right here. And then if we activate, oh, we need to set it to queue timing also. So let's just deactivate the queue. Oh yeah, we need to, yeah, we need to set it to queue timing first. And now we activate the queue. And if we now bring this fader up, we control the tilt value between the straight out and the center position. So I think this is really useful. For example, you're going to a course you pretty much have your spot intensity and you like brings the tilt up. So this is really useful when you're doing, for example, movement. You want like your movement to be on the stage or your circle effect to be out in the crowd, for example. So that's why I leave a step. But I have also made it so I have the intensity on the free first and same order I have the tilt. You can do whatever, however you want to lay it out, but it's a really useful function. So I may just do it on the spot for the purpose of the video to have more faders left over here for, for other stuff. Yeah, so now when we've made that, let's start making some colors. So yeah, Viper on pulling this. So I select the Mac Viper, and I've started to I just use these because I think it's easy, and white is 0 on all of them. I've started to make all of my colors. I'm not using any of the basics actually. The thing with like RGB lights, if you take the Mac for example, if you like white, it has the red, the green, and the blue and the white on full intensity. That white gets kind of bluish, so I always do my white on RGBW lights with just the W or the white LED. Now we got a white, we need a red, we got one red. Are you making good red in this? But oh yeah, it's 100%. I've not worked with the white fixture in a while. Then we got orange. Uh, I I like to have my orange, which is pretty dark. Sure. Then we got an amber, that's that color. Then we got is it yellow now? Yeah, it's yellow now. And I don't like my yellow to be that kind of bright, so I like my yellow a bit more dark, pretty much like that. And after yellow, I do lime, cyan into it, and say pretty good lime. There we go, full green, green. And just notice these colors here are not close to like the real colors in real life, but yeah, they work for here. And I usually don't pre-program a lot of colors. I usually do the colors there, but if making a busking show file, you can just merge all of your fixture and clone it, and then I usually just update the colors. Yeah, colors don't really are the same in the visualize as in real life. So after green, I do a color I call greenish, and it's pretty much I don't really know, but it's kind of this color. I call it greenish. I actually don't know the exact name for it, but greenish is what I call it. And after greenish, we have cyan. That is full cyan. Then I do aqua color. That's pretty much a good aqua, I would say. Then I do some color I call water blue, which can this color. Then just a full dark blue. And after that, I do magenta. And then I do I think it's like the color of it. Yeah. And I actually don't have a name for this. I forgot what I did a show this weekend. I forgot what I called it, but let's call it Mag Red. I don't know. After that, we do pink. Yeah, so pink, I would say. And then I do purple, which we go. That's purple. Yeah, and then I usually go and update a few of these if I think it's needed. And then you just hold Shift, press it, and click it, and you get all of these icons. Oh, what am I use for that? Oh wait, aqua. Let's use that. And the water is more this color, I would say, in real life. How I make it. So that's all of the colors I make, and it's what it's like 16 colors, 7, 14, yeah, 16 colors in total. Pretty much every light I have color mixing on. So now we're gonna do the R, but it's centered. It's easier to R. And then I just start further down. So we have white. We're gonna remove the red, green, and blue. White. We have white. Then we're gonna have red, full red. Got orange. I usually keep quiet on the green. Get the more dark orange that I like. Amber. And I absolutely love the yellow on DMX. I actually have on my Instagram, and I made my first shorts a couple of days ago, where you can see that yellow on that color. That's good lime, I would say. Lime and full green, to the greenish. Just add the white. Looks. It's pretty much in real life. I have the white pretty much here, but it's quite different the visualizer than it does in real life. So just add some white and you pretty much get that color that I showed on the I forget, but it's just different. We got greenish, we got cyan, which is full green, and in real life, less blue, in my opinion, to get the cyan color. And the pretty much full green, full blue, it's pretty much aqua in my opinion, but I can remove a bit to get the more aqua in real life. Then we have the water blue, that's pretty much that. The same with the greenish. Just add a better white, it's different in life. Yeah, water blue, I usually call it, it's called water or something. Then we have full blue. Then we have magenta, full blue there also. Then we have like that color they call mag red. And then we got pink, that's just full red, full white. Pink looks pretty bad in the visualizer, but let's see Magara. And then we got yeah, full blue. There we got Here we need to update some colors. What color? Pink is red. Yeah. So now we've done that also. I've got the beam light. And this beam light uses a color wheel. So pretty much has, I think it might actually has the polishing order, but I might just go down here. Just the color wheel control on this here, my visualizer wave. So we have white. But yeah, you understand. Then we got red. And I'm gonna say what these colors are named here and how they look on the gel is not close to real life at all. So I'm gonna just name them what are here because it's really different than to real life. I'm gonna just name them, keep them how they're. I make the colors, but I usually keep my beams white when I'm using them because otherwise I think they're like when you put like the beam on red, it's like hard to see it, in my opinion, with like other bright lights. But the image free that I have here, it's a amazing beam light. I really like it. And I think yellow green is orange in real life. And I think it's like light pink is magenta or something like that. And here we got another blue. Yeah, one of these are like really dark. Then we got light. A little off-white is I'm gonna name it C2C because for CTO it's pretty much something you guys call it. And here we got another light blue. A lot of blues. And the dark blue here is pretty much very dark purple. Yeah, so that's all of those colors. It's one less than I usually do. So we're just gonna make that white. Uh, bigger it is. And yellow. The blue. I don't remember which light blue. Like green. Light blue. And let's just make it orange because I know it's orange. Dark pink is maybe magenta. Another blue. And light yellow. Off white is pretty much this color. Another light blue. Cyan maybe. Dark blue. Yes, now we've created colors for all of the lights. Now we can All colors for the beam also. Okay, great. Then another good feature to know that you have like these 10 playbacks, but you might want some executor buttons or playback buttons, but you don't have a console that has that. Then there's a really good feature if you go to setup, playback, and it's right here. Playback go slash pause use execute one. If you set it to yes, you see all of these E1s you get. They now use executor page one. So here you can store whatever cues you want, and all of the play and pause buttons here becomes playbacks. And if you don't want to use all of them, you can in the settings, I think it is, yeah, you can set that either the go or pause uses it by enabling these if you don't want all of them to be. I may have all of them because I get some buttons. Nice to have some bigger buttons and not use like a whole fader when you want to have a button. So yeah, now we're gonna go to page two, the grid size. I do mine in 20 by 15. I found that really good. And we're gonna start making our color selector. So here's the thing. You can make it so like it's like you can make so it has an alt tab, so it's like every lights become a certain color. Um, I don't really find the use of that anymore. I used to have it, but it's kind of complicated when you have the color wheel lights, and so I actually removed that from my busking show files. But how you do it is that, for example, make one that's called all, where you select all of your color lights. And then you just select the MacViper, select your white, the aura is white, and the rush, the beam's white. And then you go to all and hit record and make a color. And then you just put it the same way I'm gonna put it right now. So I'm gonna copy the MacViper, place it here. I'm gonna copy the aura, place it there. And I'm gonna copy the beam, place it there. I'm gonna name these spot, wash, and beam. And I think like the all color selector thing, I think it's actually in my old making a busking show file uh video. So there you can see how to do it. It's I don't have an updated way. Nowadays I do mine like this. Now we're gonna select the MacViper, gonna copy the MacViper's colors right there, selecting region, gonna go to the aura, copy its colors, do the same thing instead of region, the beam, and copy its colors like that, and then set a region. So if you look at the visualizer right now, you can see all of our colors are on. And say now it's white, we can go to red on the select each color. So then when boxes. So when you're like doing a show, it's really easy. If you have a touch screen, it's even easier. You see what color it is, you just press it. Same with all of your lights. So it's really useful, in my opinion. Yeah. So now we're done a color selector, and we're going over to Gobos. So if you select the Make Viper, let's go. Yeah, go over to all of them. So we're gonna select Open Gobo all the way to row 5. Oh yeah, it's two wheels. We're gonna copy those, place it there, copy the spot, place it there. And then we're gonna select the Rot Gobo the next wheel right there and make regions. So if you now bring the spot up again, like Gobos like this, and you also see how they look. So it's the same as a color picker, but with Gobos. And I'm gonna do the same with the beam because I know the beam also has Gobos. First up, I'm gonna copy the open Gobo because it uses same 3D 3D beam. Then the beam has actually, I think it's, yeah, 17 Gobos, quite a lot of Gobos. Then we're gonna region around that. So if we bring the beam intensity, you can see that we control. Gobos is very small, but yeah. Okay, yeah. Then we're gonna copy the path again, right there. Copy the beam again, because we're gonna do some. I usually put some focus now. So we go here. I usually have the focus, zoom, and iris. First off, yeah, do any difference here. Say focus full, then we go texture here and call it. Okay, we can make this a spot rose list. Focus 100%. Then we're gonna go the same. Just do the focus 0 for now. You can do more. I think like the Mac Viper has autofocus, but yeah, not all lights have that. So then we're gonna copy the focus 100%, put it right there. Texture, copy your focus. Make a set region, make it solo on them, and you can go between them. I like them. Yeah, and then we're gonna have the zoom. So we're gonna have arrow zoom, full zoom, wide, and yeah, medium, or yeah, I call it medium. Medium zoom. Then we're gonna make the between 192 in the middle. I just named it arrow to medium 64. Here and we call it M2 white. Now we've made the zoom. Copy those, place them there. Gonna copy the region. Now we can. Yeah, and you don't need to set things to solo if you make them, for example, in the theme thing. So I could have made a focus there, but I made it in this texture instead. Yeah, pretty useful. You can if you want, and move that up there and like that. So now it still works, but you have this path over it. Quite useful. Do the same with the beam, and I'm actually gonna do it this way. So we're gonna do focus with beam full. This time you can actually do the focus. Focus 100%. 0. and it says it as a zoom, and it's the thing with it. I think it actually has a zoom, but a very small zoom, like nothing. So I usually don't actually use that because you have all the Gobo things that can make the beam smaller if you want. Then I know if you go to page 2, there's cross flow, cross 100% white function, like a cool that frost. You can make more frost versions if you want. I'm just making two. I don't know. Then we got Prism. Yeah, let's just call it Prism on. Yeah. Then we have Prism rotating, and I think it's yeah. I usually do fast, medium, and slow, and off, but let's oh do fast root slow and yeah, and that's pretty much beam. Copy those. Yeah, so we're gonna set region. Same thing here. Works pretty good. You can have all of them one actually, but I'm done it like this. Then we're gonna do the wash. We can do it right under. And the wash just has to the aura just has to just select them right there. Okay. And aura beam. Yeah. Got zoom narrow. Wide. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just comment them on the video and answer them or try answer them. Maybe I should say. Or like that. Copy those. Do wash there and do the region. So now we got that there, and it's gonna look like this. It when you execute, make view max. Yeah, now it just looks weird for you, but you get it up. Oh, that's yeah, a new window. And yeah, and you can hit if you hit preload and you change the color to green and the zoom to narrow, for example, on the wash, and then preload go. Yeah, I think it's the same with the blind button. Blind button there. So if I now do yeah orange and medium and then hit blind. Oh yeah, I should wrong color, but yeah, the blind button does the same. Yeah, so now we've got all of that sorted. Station time. Okay, so We have a few. We've made one position for the Mac Viper so far. Be straight out. Yeah, and you think, yeah, the position doesn't work because we have the tilt thing right now. So in that case, it just starts it. Oh yeah, you need to release it first. My bad. When you're programming them. So now we can do for lift. Yeah. So let's just make one. Yeah, we could make one that's like just fan on the fan, maybe plus supposed to be. And we can call it fan. I think if I now activate fan, activate this, yeah, you can see that I go to center, it just straightforward, and if I activate a small fan, the light red a bit. Quite a cool decision. Okay, we're gonna use that again. So maybe we want one, two parts, deactivate for now, something like that, so it's quite easy. Now it's fan, that may be quite cool. I don't know what to call this, let's call this X for now. Yeah, and then maybe, yeah, you can do whatever positions you want. I'm just gonna do these. If we go to the wash, do, yeah, since I've not made a tilt for the wash, let's just make a down one, maybe a cool down position. Yeah, that works. And the beam, two parts maybe, and like something like that. Sometimes I just use some names, I always call this halo. And then do no parts. That's a really cool position. But let's call this like train, I don't know. Let's call train. So then we're gonna copy these. Copy spot, wash, beam, that region, region. Yeah, you can do whatever position you want. And right now I'm making this if you only have one screen. I am right now waiting on a new case for my two wings. Yeah, so it's going to be a case with two screens. So in that case, you can have multiple executor. And when I have multiple screens, I usually do all of the like color gobos and zooms and focus and all that stuff on one page, and then I do position, effects, and yeah, other stuff on the other page. Yeah, I just realized we might want to patch Acer. Let's go with the actually finishing the because that's Acer. Just one. I usually make them dark blue. So and I think it's easier to control it from here. We're gonna do 100% and 2.5, full 100%. Laser 100%. Then we're gonna do 75, 200. I usually do these depending on how the venue looks. And then 50%, 150. Laser percent. And then I do a 0 and keep the fan close a bit, but no liquid. Yeah, and then I'm gonna copy, place it right there, and I get that one there. Yeah, you can place, you can have everything wherever you want it. This is how I have my stuff, and I always have my history top right. Then we also need to copy the region and set the button to solo, 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 and solo. And we can just use one. Very useful. Yeah. Now we got some effects like movement, intensity, color effects. I don't really use color effects that much, but yeah, you should you should quite easily understand the effect generator. And if you don't, ChamSys have a lot of tutorials on how it works. So first off, we're gonna make some speed masters. We got 6 of these left. Let's just use 4 of them for now. So we're just gonna make a blinder fader or intensity fader. Always blinder. Go to the set it to camera. I usually do it with these ones, but you don't have to set these to proper camera. But if you want, you can. Yeah, yeah. Here, all of that. I also got a blinder intensity, and if you want, you can also do this quite good feature. Get the function, you have the color tag, and you can set it to whatever you want. So my spot's green. I have my, yeah, that's the spot tilt. Let's say dark green for some reason. And the wash, I always have red and blue, or being blue. So you can get the same colors as in the patch, or and blinders or beige. Okay, let's make, yeah, we don't just hit control, or not control, clear, I mean, bring it down of the, just record empty stuff to these 4 playbacks. I'll call this move, that stands for movement, speed, movement, size, then intensity, speed, and intensity, size. So then we're gonna, yeah, our movements are the group 35, remember that. And if we press the select button 3 times, that, oh, it's already at the camera. Good. And if we go to function, we can see here, and this is called move speed. So we're gonna select that this Q stack is a speed master. Yes. a group ID that was 35, if I don't remember. Yeah, movers. And then group by attributes position. And then you know, go to the other one. Now it's just size master 35 and position. Then we're gonna go to buttons slash release stack. I'm gonna set it to no. And then we're gonna go to then these set them to no for now. Then the intensity group was group 49 is 49. The speed master and now it's intensity, so you're gonna select intensity and size master. Perfect. So then we can activate these. And now they're activated. Bring up the spot intensity action. So if you now select the Mac Viper and add an effect like position and a circle effect, and maybe bring the speed up a bit, you can see that it's not moving at all. So if we bring the speed up, still not moving because the size is at 0. But when we start to add a size, you can see it's pretty small there. The movement gets bigger and bigger, and now it's really big, and the speed also gets faster. Let's have the speed further down. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool. And I might just store it on stack store and call it circle fx like that. And we could also add. I really like to have a tilt. Yeah, now since we have this movement, it looks like they're moving a bit. And I usually set the size to 15. I usually do that of all of my movement effects, so they're not like everywhere, but they're still moving, but still like on the stage area or yeah, you understand. Then we got that, and let's record that as fill fx. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, now we've made that, made control. Yeah, so let's go and make some for the other lights. Oh, vision, just the circle, size 15. Speed up a bit because these lights are quite fast. And if you want, you can change the direction to center out. That's quite cool. You can mess about however you want. Affects the B. I'm just making some simple ones right now. 15 speed. Quite nice to have it. Yes, center out. No. Yeah, that's random. I like it more random. Like that. And then we're gonna do the beams. And we're gonna use the add effect, position, circle. It's quite hard to see it right now. 15. Get the speed up because these lights are fast. Maybe not that fast, but something like that. And set it to center out for this one. Good circle effects. Then we're gonna do a tilt on this one. I like the tilt. And do 10%. And just do forward of it. If you don't want. And then we got Then we're gonna copy the circle effect. Right there. Copy the tilt effects. I'll put it right there. Same with the wash. And the beam. The spot way right now, and then make set region, set region, set region, and need to make them solo. You can only have one selected at each time, like that. So now it looks like this. And one good thing is to also save your show. I have sometimes when I've made up quite a lot and I've accidentally hit remove and couldn't like get it back. So I'm saving quite a lot more than I should do, but this is kind of the first time I programmed this much without saving. I may just call this making busking showfile v2. I heard that one called that, so let's use the right. Yes, now we got it saved. We've made, now we need to make some intensity. Yeah, and then just add effect, intensity. I mean, make a, I usually define a lot of these. Just make a simple one. Yeah. So now we also need to bring the speed up and the size up. So the size is going to be how bright the test is going to be. Yeah, quite good fade. We can bring down the FX fade a bit more like that. Then we're going to do the same and call this fade FX. You can call it whatever you want. And then we can do one RDM chase, speed up, quite random. Maybe do something that's quite random and call it FX. And then we can do another dimmer shades, but with absolute no, and just bring the speed up so we can maybe set it to a random. Let's do something like that, and then call it RDM 2. Then aura and FX. It does it in dimmer shades. Bring the speed up. That FX. And you can make the RDM FX. So you can pretty much make it the same. Just use the R&D that I used to make this. And the one do like a dimmer shades. A little low, speed up, and maybe center out in this one. Yeah, that's quite cool. And then this is gonna be called a physics 2. And the beam, the dimmer shades works. That it affects. And dimmer shade. Speed up. Cool. Random fade effects. Got that. Then do the same thing we did with um, the movement effects. Copy them in computer. Then we can copy the path, copy the wash, copy the beam, regions, solo, 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 bum bum, solo, 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 yeah, solo, solo. So if we make the spot, you now bring the intensity down, we don't want it to be as bright, and we can speed down really bright per phrase. That's what these are for. Really good. Yeah. Save this. Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. So yeah, now we're gonna do some column. First off, we're gonna go to the view. We're gonna select the even one. Place it there. Call it even. And roll. And we're gonna do odd interval. Call it odd. Copy that. Do it again. That. We're gonna call that even F and odd F. Yes. So first off, we're gonna go VQ stack. It's on our setup bar programmer. Good. And the F1, we're just gonna go to activate release and set the release to 0.5. Now that can now copy the even and let's put the even there. Solo, copy the odd there. Solo, copy the F there. Solo, and copy the odd F there and solo. So if now uses this, we can see we can if you can do some. Oh, no, it's flash. You're supposed to be. Not bad. Yeah, so then you can like do some cool switching or to do. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Now I control that and do that. Sometimes I do this. Now I got this spot tilt. Yeah, I think it might be that you just need to do that or gotta and I got it work. Oh yeah, now it works. You just need to deactivate it. Now we can do some cool like these or just flashes like that. Pretty useful. And do some cool blinder ones. So let's do a left blinder. On the left. So you can do whatever type of flash stuff you want up there. And the right. Maybe even out also. Like this. Now we just copy them. And it's over here. Flash. And flash. Flash. Yeah, and since you can make them fade out and stuff, I'm not gonna do it now since the dimmer kind of does this for you. The old blinders, not the binders. Yeah, so we got them there. Could record. I like to do this. If you go to the color mix them and just select white and record that as I just call this white boom. We copy the white boom. So you can place it there. Flash is really maybe we do white. So if you do we bring up the spot and wash and set the color of them to aqua. If hit the white boom, is marked. Yeah, so then we can do I thought. Wait, afterwards. You can do this kind of stuff. Then we're gonna make some Strobe stuff. And just let my group with all of them. And we're gonna go to I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna be smart. We're gonna go to the Mac Viper probe, like that. Record it. Call it strobe. Then we're gonna do one there up. Call it strobe open. And then gonna we're done with the Mac Viper. Then we're gonna do the wash. We are strobe. It's I don't really want the strobe is doing. with one type of strobe. Let's merge into palette, yes. Then do open, merge into palette, yes. Do the image free beam. See if this is good. Random. Good one. Do that. Open. Do that. We're gonna select the strobe, record it here, strobe Q. Then we're gonna select the strobe open, merge it into that, and be a Q stack. Yeah, so we're gonna set it to Q timing. And we're gonna go to items release execute last step. Yeah, so if now copy the strobe Q, goes here, maybe place it there, do a flash. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we bring our intent up. Yeah, and then we should be able to, and whenever we press down its strobe, so we got a bit of a strobe there. And you can just do this if you want another strobe here or that. But I like to have the strobe function. Yeah. Now we made that. But if I can show you a good thing I like, so we can do assign special, we can do execute page, and we can do do. I'm gonna call it page, so we can step through pages, and we can do execute page 1, and let's call it playback. Then you can, yeah, we don't have it here, but if you have the same page like this, you can have like, so you can go through the different pages quite easy. Yeah, and also a really good one I like to have is the lamp on all and lamp off all. Also really good lamp on and lamp off. For example, the Mac Viper. That's good. And then it does it to all lights that is that you. So really useful, especially if you have, yeah, you got power off even, blind. Yeah, you can do quite a lot of these. And then what more do we have? Yeah, I usually set my crossfade master function to the busking rate. So with that, I can control if this is 10 seconds and there's 0, 5 seconds in the middle. And so if I have it on max, for example, we can now see if I go to make the spot white, there's a 10-second fade. I'm only going to the white. And it's the same if I, for example, want to go to a straight out position. I don't remember. Or not. Make these so icons. Yeah, these are kind of made together, I just realized. Yeah, now it's moving, it's just flow. If we make it 0, oh, the FPS is slow in the. I saw, okay, the FPS went down in the recording. Don't really know why if it's going down so much. Yeah, yeah, so you can do quite a cool, I say I want a 5-second fade for my spots to go blue. Really useful function. in my opinion. We're gonna see is there anything else as I usually do. You can, yeah, you do pretty much whatever you do. If you want, you can just I usually set this to tap the time selected or global time. You want tap the time button taken. Have more of them. Multi-console. Yeah, yeah. About control. Use the app. I guess they do that, and I think yeah, or the remote trigger. If you, for me, I have made a custom put pedal that I can do stuff with. So say trigger type, make, and a metric action. I can do add swap or yeah. So say can do blackout while pressing down that or tap to time. I've gone with sometimes I put blinders on say back 10 to just be able to control the blinders flash with my foot. Yeah, so there's that. Um, yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I've done everything, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if you have any questions or just any ideas on how to make this even better or simpler, feel free to comment. Yeah, and check out my Instagram if you want to see some gigs or where I use show files and stuff like that. Yeah, and have a great day or night, whatever it is you do, and goodbye.